Hi everyone, it's Michelle here from 3Ps, and today I have a project share with you that I have right here in front of me, and this is some wood veneer, like I guess plaques or large size squares. They look like this, and I don't remember what they measure, but let's just check real quick. It looks like they measure 5 by 6. Oops. 5 by 6. And what I've done here is I've just kind of colored them or given them kind of like a painted or stained look with just regular ink pads. And so I just put some ink on here using some of the embellishments that I've done. Is like these little hearts here. I've got one like this, looks like a button. That one, you know, was part of, I guess, where it says love you. Okay, here we go. It says love you. I got these pieces from Tuesday morning. It was back during Christmas and they were on clearance. So it was a whole pack, and it came with these little hearts, and came with some different arrow shapes, triangles, another arrow like that with a little circle at the end. So there's that. And it also came with some little flag pieces that look like this, and then there's some that are tapered. So some were square, some were tapered. So I think I bought 2 packs of it. And it also came with these little wood squares. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. If anything, I'll just probably use the heart as a stencil. But it also came with these little pieces like this that say Happy Mail. So I haven't figured out quite what I'm going to do with this. Oh yeah, and it also came with the... Is it in here? Let's see. It also came with, yeah, these little envelopes. I thought those were cute. That'll be nice. You probably use it on like an envelope or something as a closure. Maybe. So I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with all of the different pieces. I mean, obviously I used some of the hearts here and the arrows for Valentine's Day when I made these little pieces. So this is how this one looks. I did it like kind of a, I guess, a natural tones with some brown and orange. I didn't alter the color of the hearts. I left them as they were. And I just stuck these down with these little glue dot sheets you get at Dollar Tree. Now for the arrows, I just kind of cut a little sliver of the sticky dot so it would fit behind it, and they stay down. Once it adheres and sets up, it doesn't come off. And then on this one here, I colored these hearts with a Sharpie. That's how I got the dark ones. And then for these light ones here, I just used some of the same, like a pale lavender, and I just kind of smeared it across the front of the hearts to give it kind of a painted or purple stained look. And then these heart stamps, just a little heart stamp that I have, and I just stamped some hearts around. And then for some of these little hearts, I actually traced it from these hearts here. Like I laid the wood piece down, and then I traced the inside, and then just kind of colored them in for that. And then on the back sides, to finish it off, I did them like this. And I just used a ruler and a Sharpie, and I just created like a colored border around all 4 sides. On this one I used orange, so I used one that looked like this for the edge here, and then I used this dark purple for the edge on this one. And then I just put some washi tape around it, and so it gives you a solid surface here to write your message, because I'm going to be making some envelopes for these today. And so the back side, so it's like a card, you know, like a 1-page card. And so this is the decorative side, and then on this back side of the piece, I'm going to write my Valentine message for the people that these are for. So I'm going to show you how you can make your envelope. and hopefully I won't mess it up. So for this one here, I don't have any, I was going to make a brown envelope, but I don't have any pieces large enough. I'm out of brown cardstock apparently, so I'm just going to use this orange one here. And all I do to make this, and I do this for anything that any large pieces that I'm making, I basically just set it up like you're wrapping a Christmas present, or like wrapping a Christmas present. So I kind of centered this up, and then I fold up the sides. So I just take one side and fold it down and flatten that out like this. Ooh, I hit the camera, sorry about that. And I take this side and fold it so that it meets in the middle. And there I've got my two side pieces like this. Now, if you want, you can do the same with these pieces here. You just fold up the side like this, folding it up, and then you just make a little crease like this, and then do the same thing with the other side. But try not to go so tight because you want it to be able to slide down inside. So that's how I do this. Now, if you don't like this way, if you want something different, you can always measure it out and, you know, get it an exact measurement of how big you want it to be. But this does fine for me. And then what you're going to do is take you either an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors. I think I'll just use a pair of scissors today. We're just going to cut away these corners. This is pretty standard of most envelope templates, which is all you're doing. And so we're just going to cut away the 4 corners. Okay. Here's this one. And then we'll finish this corner here. I'm not worried about it being perfect, but if you need to have exact measurements, you know, you can always, you know, measure it out and then do perfect score lines if, you know, if that's more suitable to you. All right, and then, let's see here. Then we're going to cut down this part right here. We're going to cut this at an angle on both sides of the big flap. And don't worry about if it's not even on each side. We'll fix that in just a second. Okay. All right, we're going to cut that away. Now for these corners here, these small flaps, you don't want to cut off a whole lot. Just a tiny, tiny bit so that it folds in on the sides. But you don't want it cut away a whole lot at all. Literally just a sliver at an angle. And I'm not being exact about this. I'm just, you know, using my eyes. Okay. So once you have those kind of trimmed a little bit, just double checking to make sure that this is going to fit inside. And everything's going to fit. Yeah. So, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Gonna leave it just like it is. I'm gonna close up this side here, so I'm gonna put some sticky adhesive down. Now before I do that, I'm gonna kind of press this down. Don't have a bone folder. I just use this little box cutter, and I'm gonna press these sides down just so that they're nice and crisp and nice flat area, or sides area. One thing though, if you're going to make something like this, and well, not on this one, but on this purple one here, if you do anything like on the side here, I colored the sides with some ink and I filled it in some of the spots with the purple Sharpie. Make sure, and you know, like I painted and colored these hearts, make sure it's good and dry. You might want to let it just sit for a whole day or maybe half a day. I'm not real sure. Just test it, because it will leave marks when you go to make it. You will have some marks in here if you don't let it dry thoroughly. So, little tip there. And I think, you know, there's some fast drying inks and paints and things like that. So your dry times can be different than what mine were. All right, so here's the envelope. That was pretty quick and easy, and I'm just going to seal up the sides. Now for me, I want to make sure that it stays good and tacked down. I don't want to have to worry about it coming up. So I'm going to use some of my red line tape here. And I'm going to put a couple strips on there because, like I said, I want to make sure it stays nice and sealed up, and I won't have to worry about it popping up. So you're just going to put some adhesive on the corners here. Or not corners, on the sides of the big flap. And it doesn't matter which side. You can pick either side. Okay. I do apologize if I don't know, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I've had a terrible cold for the last week, and I did take some cold medicine earlier because I wanted to make sure I didn't like cough or sneeze in the middle of this video. And I think it's making me a little loopy. My brain feels scattered at the moment, so if I sound like I'm struggling in this video, I do apologize. But I haven't been able to get in here and craft in like a week and a half, and oh, I was like, I'm doing it anyway, whether I feel like it or not. All right, so that's one side, and then I'm just going to slide in this piece here. Did I make it too tight? Hope not. I may have. No, it slides in. So that's nice and snug inside. And then I'm just going to fold this piece down. Now, if you want to make this extra secure, you can put some sticky here, which I don't think I'm going to use my red line though, because I wanted to be able to open it without ripping the whole envelope. So I think what I'm going to do instead is, I don't know what I did with my glue runner. Oh shoot. Oh wait, there it is. I'm just going to put a little run right here. Well, yeah, go ahead and put that right here. Right. Push that down. So that's tacked down. So you don't have to worry about that coming up. But I want them to be able to open it with some relative ease. All right. And then for decoration, decorate this outside here. Put some washi tape on it. This was the washi tape that was around the border of the piece. All right. I'm just going to center that up and run that across like this. Okay. All right, there's that. Now for this outside, I'm actually going to put some cards that I made on the outside. Now in a previous video I showed where I made these little sequin hearts. I'm actually going to put this on the outside, but I want it to be removable for the recipient. I want to be able to take it on and take it out and maybe keep it as like a little keepsake or something. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to just create a little using some scrap paper. I think I'll do the brown. And I'm just going to create a little thing across the front. So I'm going to trim away a piece here. I'm just going to cut away a thin strip. It's going to create like I guess a band or a strap that I can tuck the little heart into. Okay. So I'm just going to look at this, see how I want it to sit, and then kind of looking at to where I need to trim off. So I'm going to trim off right there. Right. And then on this reverse side, I'm going to use my red line tape again. Like I said, I don't want it to come off, and this stuff really, really sticks. It apparently sticks to itself. But I'm just going to cut off just a teeny bit for each side. I'm just going to attach that to the back here. So you want to make a strip that is, as you can see here, that's wide enough for you to attach either a piece of tape or glue or something like that so that it stays down. Cut off another piece and put it on the other side. Right. doesn't want to come up. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. So we're just going to attach it on either side like this and like this. And then your little, so it'll end up looking like that across your washi tape or however you want to seal that up. And then this little heart embellishment just slides down underneath the band like that. Now to make this look a little bit more decorative, I'm going to take these same little hearts from, let's see here, got one like that. Find two that are like, there we go, there's another one. Alright, so I've got two of these that look kind of like this, that look like little buttons. And what I'm going to use is some of this adhesive from one of these little sticky dots, but I'm gonna cut it down. I mean, I guess I could always invest in some actual glue, but I don't mind cutting down these little dots. I have seen the one where they're already, you know, pre-done little mini dots, and they seem to want to come off the little strip for some reason, and they don't seem as, I don't know. I'll just do it like this. I don't mind. So as you can see, it puts a little glue on the back. I don't have to worry about it really drying or anything. Now these little, like little button, you could put buttons or stickers or something. This is strictly for, you know, decoration. The brown strap I put on is what's actually holding it in place. So. Okay, and we'll do this one. And it really does stick to these. All right. And my fingers. Push this out of the way. There we go. So it kind of looks like that. And now they have a nice little envelope with a band across the front. Yeah. Now you can decorate the front of the envelope if you want. I'm not going to do that right now. And then, yeah, you could stick this in a bubble mailer and send it out. And then they can remove this, and they've got a little keepsake. So, yeah. So that's how this one turned out. And if you give me just a minute, I'm going to finish up the purple one, and we'll see what that one looks like. Alright, I'm back. I've got this envelope made, and I've got the little card stuck inside that I made. And I'm just going to finish sealing this up. Doing it the same way I did the other one. I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the back here. I'm going to press that down like that. And this one, let's see. Let's use this same tape that I used on the back of it. And I'm going to seal it up like I did the other one. Like this. Okay. Right. So, and then we need to create a little band to go across it, like same thing on the orange one that we did. Let me see what papers I have. See if this will be long enough. Yeah, that'll be long enough. We'll use that color. Okay. So again, I'm just going to cut away a strip, but I want it wide enough that I can put some adhesive on the back of it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Right. I love this red line tape. It's pretty awesome stuff. Wish they made it in big giant sheets. Then you don't have to worry about anything sticking to anything ever. could use it on photos, and that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I know they have this sticky back paper, big adhesive sheets, but I think this red line is just a little bit more durable or stronger. So, can't imagine how much that would cost, though. Could you imagine a giant sheet? Alright, so we just put down a little strip there in the middle, and you only want to tack down on the end so that this part is open. And your little heart, or if you put an embellishment, will slide right down inside there. So it looks like that. Now for this one here, I thought I would stick, since there's a button on this one, I think I'll put some little buttons on the side for this one. And I got these little buttons here. I got at Michael's. They were on clearance for 50 cents a can. Thought that was pretty good. That's kind of big. I guess we'll do the same style as that one. These little buttons here. Yeah, that'll be cute. And I'm going to use the same thing I used a minute ago. I'm just going to use some more of this little sticky dot. So I don't need a piece that's too big. And I'm sure people like using glue and stuff better than cutting down these teeny tiny little pieces here. Honestly, my motivation is because I'm cheap. I don't want to pay the price. The box of the little mini dots at Hobby Lobby, made by the same company, are like $4 or $5. I'd rather just pay $1 and get 3 sheets and just cut them the size that I need for whatever I'm working on. So it really comes down to I'm cheap. That's what a lot of this comes down to. I just can't bring myself to pay some of the price tags that I see on some of the crafting supplies out there. Maybe one day. I figure why pay what they're asking when I could probably make it myself. Alright, so there we go. So that's how this one turned out, with its envelope and little matching heart on the front. And then there's this one here. So I mean, they're pretty similar, but the colors are completely different. So I hope this gave you some ideas on a different kind of Valentine card that you can make. And then they would simply just remove the heart embellishment, and then they can open up this here. So yeah, so I hope this gave you an idea of a different kind of Valentine card you can make, and how to make a cute little envelope for your project. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a great day.